Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for this Get Ready With Me featuring my July favorites. Starting off with this really was very helpful in the humid climate. It's the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore-Smooth Blur Drops right in the front. So even will go a little bit above my brows because it can get shiny up there. We're going to go in with the Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint by CHANTECAILLE, this one, while we let that set right under the eyes. It's a nice job of blurring and brightening in a really subtle way. In fact, this is what I wore in the evening with no SPF. Now that we've had time for that to set, let's go in with the anti-aging face tint. And yes, you can definitely mix this in with other products. Just experiment and see how much you need or if it's going to work well with the other products you're mixing it with. But you can definitely use this to deepen foundations, especially for the summer, as well as use it as a bronzer. Now I've already started to lose my tan a little bit, but we're going to go in with this as our foundation. It just does such a nice job of blurring. Like, I wish they did this actually in other shades as a base product, but I would love something like this also when I'm not as tan. So I love how it dries down and it blurs really nicely. You can see right there in the front. We can also see that that's how tan I get, is that the fact that my forehead is deeper than the shade. A little bit light for my forehead. This is the sculpting brush, the liquid sculpt brush. A really lovely job of blurring, drying down nicely. So let me just add brows right now because I'll show you kind of how I wore my makeup really in a very simple way. So I'm gonna add brows just to show you what my makeup looked like really on vacation in the evenings. If I was going really lightweight, my hair always sticks to my head. Okay. And then I would go in with brows like this. So this is the Dior Brow Gel. And you can definitely see my forehead needs a little help. Okay, so that, the skin tint, the rose glow, and the brows. And then this, I'll go over this with a real concealer. Not a real concealer, but a heavier duty concealer in a moment. But then I just take the Camoflauge Stylo like this. And basically that would be it. That's how I would go out in the evenings. Just something super quick, super natural. But of course we're gonna do more makeup. So when I wanted to get even more dressed up, of course I didn't stop there. Let's take the Clé de Peau concealer. This is in Honey. And I used Mocha recently. I'm, again, slightly losing my tan. So let's see how Honey works. Okay, so Honey is a little light, but we should be okay. We might mix. Let's mix a little bit. And Mocha might be actually better. So you can kind of see the difference there. That's a lot of concealer. 75 here. Let's go ahead and deepen this up a little bit because my chin is very light here. It's the anti-aging face tint again. Okay, you can see how getting the right shade is really important because we are still like working with different shades on my face. Going in with a little bit of the Chanel concealer. I'll go right on top of that other CHANTECAILLE concealer. The eye concealer, this is in 40. And I did read about somebody, or I didn't actually read, but I saw some kind of headline that went by on a story where someone used this eye concealer because they liked it so much on other parts of their face. I've not tried that yet. I can see how maybe dry skin types that might work for. Let me know if you use this in other parts of your face. This is a Sephora 71. I'm going to take excess and just add it to the eyelid area. Let's add a little bit more. Going in with some Perfect Blur Powder. Going in with Marble. I did take this with me, even though it seems like an extra step for contour or bronzer. This is my contour bronzer hybrid because again, it doesn't have that traditional very cool color of a contour. I'm just using the same brush. I didn't see this on the CHANTECAILLE website anymore, but I saw it, I think, on Beautylish, and I saw it one other spot. Really nice brush though. down the bridge of the nose. And I haven't filled my brows in yet with pencil. Then we're going to just build some dimension here. Okay, really, really simple eye. So I'm going to take this powder. This is a Chanel Le Beige palette in medium, and I'm taking this taupey shade, and that's what I'm applying to my eyes. So just that one color today. I'm going to add that to the eyelid. Really, really quick eye. I'm going to take a little highlighter here and add that. This is Victoria Beckham. I'm adding that to the center of the eyelid. Just adding some Faux Longest Lash mascara. Okay, so then let's go ahead and add a little bit of bronzer, because then I can take this headband off, because even if a headband feels really comfortable on me for a while, it starts to get a little bit uncomfortable if I wear it for too long. So I'm gonna do this and then we'll be able to take the headband off. Then I am gonna just tie everything in. So let's remove this headband. Okay, we'll fix the hair in a bit, but at least just get the headband out of the hair. Okay, let's go in with, oh, I didn't fix the corners. So let's take a little bit of Clay de Peau. We're very much out of order today. I forgot to fill my brows in. Number 45. Let's take Trench here. Just cancel out the darkness under the eyes. Really, it's just that under the eyelash line. We're going in with the Gucci pencil. This is the one I love for the quickest brow, especially in more humid climates. Yeah, just kind of filling in where I see it's more sparse, but not with individual hairs, just with some color, just to make things look more cohesive. So even though we have a general shape here, it just helps to fill in. Okay, let's go in with blush now. So I used this fun technique that I know some of you have seen, but others it was new to. I do this more with Jersey, although I did take the Valentino blush with me as well. So just taking the blush. This is Chanel in Jersey. And this has a lovely warm, like a champagne-y glow to it. It's subtle though. So it has a little bit of a sun-kissed look to it, which I like for these summer months. Just take it all the way up here. So I've used this Sculpting by Chanel, and I put that on my hand, and I take a brush and I get some of the blush and I mix them together and then apply it, kind of like a cream blush. So turning your powder into a cream, but you also let me know the Victoria Beckham highlighter works nicely for that, so let's do that today. So it's like got just has slightly more color, just slightly more of it, like a nectar-y. Has slightly more color than the Sculpting, but it's not anything you can really see. It's pretty translucent. Taking the powder blush here, again, on the same brush, and then putting it in where I mix that. So you can see a little bit of the color there. And then we're gonna apply it like a pop of color, and then you'll also get a little bit of glow. So it also brings out any kind of glow that's in the blush itself. So this has a slight glow, the blush, but this just brings that about even more, but in a way that's gonna flatter the skin and not make it look like the lines are emphasized. It's a very forgiving kind of way to highlight. It's very glowy as well. It doesn't set though, so just know that. It will continue to have like a hydrated feel about it. It's not sticky, but it's definitely not dried down either. Okay, going in then with a little bit of this highlighter again. I'm just gonna take a little brush. Let's take this one. This is a number 3 Rephr, a little teeny tiny one. And I have some of the highlighter. I'm just gonna go down the bridge of my nose. I think I used too wide of a brush last time, and if I do, it's a little bit harder to fix. Really subtle. Using some of the excess powder for this part of my face. So I have lots of similar products for this month. They're all lightweight, light colored as well, but this one has the most color, and I think because I'm tan, we're gonna go with this today, but I still love the other two. And this is Caramel by Chanel. It's one of their glosses. A Rouge Cocoa Gloss formula. And that's it for this Get Ready With Me. It was really fast, and going into the next month, I will definitely be playing with more color. I have some lovely palettes coming up. Clé de Peau, I have a couple I want to try out, and there's a lot of new makeup coming out. So I'll definitely be doing more, but this is probably my most minimal makeup I've done all year. Been tapering off where it gets simpler in terms of makeup. The time is faster getting ready, and the look is definitely more pared down. But I do think this is a really fresh, effortless look that goes with kind of my wardrobe right now anyway, and more of my typical makeup from day to day. Of course, I would add SPF if this was daytime makeup, but this is more my evening effortless makeup. And let me know your warm weather or humid weather application tips. I'd love to try them out, especially having come from a very humid climate, very warm climate. I would love to know, for those of you who are experts living in those climates, what is it that you do to help keep your makeup intact? But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.